Hi guys, so just another quick video. Thought it's breeding season, so I may as well show you some breeding. So this is Ludo, the scaleless male, with Elusive, I hope I've pronounced that properly, the Het Scaleless female. This is the second time they've been paired, and they have locked once already. Ludo's trying his best, but Elusive is being quite evasive again. So he did do it last time quite quickly, and it's not taking too long this time, and she's a bit more receptive, but she's still making it work for it, so I'm sure we'll get there in the end. The signs are promising: a lot of courting, a lot of riding over each other, a lot of tail flicking and vent opening and all that kind of stuff going on, which is all positive. It certainly shows that there's an interest on both parts, really. So fingers crossed they'll lock very shortly. Ludo is currently in the wrong position, so chances are they'll probably zoom around a bit more again, and then they'll lock. Well, I've been trying to get a video of a lock, but it's not really occurred yet. So as you can see, they're just moving around over each other, and he's rubbing himself all over her just to try and get her aroused and stimulated and ready, which she's been quite ignorant of up until now. The last 5 minutes that she's started showing a real interest. So I just thought it'd be interesting for everybody to see, because you don't always get to see this. It normally happens, at night, or after you've paired them and put them back on the rack, or so. I thought it'd make an interesting video for everybody. But hopefully, here they go again with the whole zoomy thing. Occasionally, the male will bite the female to hold her in place. That's quite normal. If anything's going to go wrong, generally it'll go wrong within the first few minutes of introduction, so it's always best to keep an eye on them during that time, just make sure nothing's going wrong, they're not trying to eat each other, which is rare in adults, but still, better safe than sorry. So, still nothing going on. I will probably stop the video shortly and then just take some photos once I've confirmed the lock. Get back, you. With any luck though, they will lock on camera, so you guys can see. In, missus. I think Ludo might be in a bit of an awkward position again. A lot of people probably don't use substrate in their tubs when breeding, but I try to keep things as homely as possible for them, and not kind of make things too different, which, any changes can stress them out. So if they're already in a tub with substrate, then I'll just keep them in a tub with substrate, and hopefully 9 times out of 10 it does work. Now here we go again, they're trying to lock again, but she's not having any of it. So he's not giving up, he's quite persistent. Like I said, this is the second time they've locked, so, or second pairing actually, not second time they've locked. They locked once before, this is the second pairing. They've had a bit of a rest, they've had some food in between, so we're trying again. You can see he's trying to find a vent at the moment. Almost there. Keep trying, boy. She's still not putting out. But I think it might be any second now, so I'll keep recording. I think he's worn her out. Not quite there, mate. Keep trying. Pardon me for wheezing and sounding like an old man, but I'm afraid, well, if you want a running commentary, I kind of have to be able to breathe, so I do apologise. With any luck, this is the moment we've been waiting for, and it's looking very likely. Just trying to kind of get the logistics right and lock into place. So she's not running away now, so that's a good sign that this is going to be the moment, or not. Ludo, you need to move yourself a bit, mate. He's a bit longer than her, so it's kind of difficult getting the logistics right in a confined space. Obviously, in the wild, she could, you know, maybe get away from him. Although he's scaleless, he does have a full set of belly scoots, so I'm not convinced that she would actually be any faster than him on the ground if she was trying to get away from him. But obviously in this rub, there's only so many places they can go. So sooner or later, it's bound to happen. And here we go again. He's really trying to get a lock here. Looks like he's going to have to reposition again. Come on, lad. You know what? She must be getting really fed up by now. Poor girl. He's really quite determined. This jerkiness is quite normal behaviour. It's not a sign of aggression or anything. It's quite normal, and snakes will do it if they smell another snake on you. It's not necessarily a sign of anything going wrong or a bad thing. It's just something they do. But in this case, I suspect it's you know, he's trying to rub himself and his scent all over her and try and get her a bit more receptive, because she's not putting out yet. Hopefully, with any luck, in the next few minutes. The video's gone on a bit longer than I would hope, but you can't rush these things, and they take as long as they take. So I appreciate you guys watching, if anybody's still watching at this point. Thank you. Looks like Lido is trying to manipulate his way back. It's quite interesting to see him moving backwards and trying to locate her cloaca. Like he knows he's overshot the parking space and trying to reverse back into it. Only the parking space is moving and not cooperating. Kind of feel obligated now to keep going with the video until they actually lock, because whoever's watching, you've been invested in this video now for 9 minutes, and it would be a shame to kind of cut it short and then find that they lock, you know, seconds after the video is finished. So I really don't want to cut it short for you guys. Honestly, I do tend to record these things for my own records, in case I'm not very good at record keeping with these things, and I tend to forget dates, and I often forget to write them down. So if I take a video, I can always go back for reference sake for my records and see what date they were mated, the first mating, and then I can roughly work out when the eggs are due and when to put lay boxes in for the females and things like that. So, in you go, missus, in. a good job she's friendly. Ludo is going to try again. Let's move them away. The cat's over there being very nosy. Come on, sweet, in you go. Ludo's having a good sniff, just to see what's going on. Try and work out where exactly it is that he needs to be. And Madam is going to keep trying to escape, which, can't say I blame her. It is a bit like shooting fish in a barrel for her, really. But I want to make some pretty babies, so it's a necessary evil, I'm afraid. Sorry, girl. In you go. Stay down. In. In you go. In. I may end up editing this and cutting out some of the boring bits where they're not doing anything, just to save time for you guys. I know you won't get the full commentary, but pretty sure you probably won't want to hear it all anyway. Here we go again. Almost there. I do wish you'd hurry up. I've got other snakes to feed and clean tonight. And my arm's aching from holding the camera so long. They're completely, really unaware or unbothered by the fact that I'm filming them, which is good. I think they've got other things on their mind, to be fair. Just to mention it, but that isn't a wound on Ludo's head, that's actually like scalation. It's just how he looks. It's nothing bad. It just looks a bit weird from above. He's got random scales, if you see. Just there's a tiny one on his spine there. Looks like a mite, but I can assure you it's actually just a random scale. And he's got a few others, like you see there. There's another two there, another two there. Now, scaleless corns aren't actually completely scaleless like many people think. Unlike ball pythons that are completely scaleless, they don't have any scales anywhere. Scaleless corns do retain all of their belly scales usually, but not always, and they do have random scalation on their bodies. Ludo has almost none. apart from these few little random ones. But I have got other scaleless corns that have got, semi-scaled bodies, and some that are like Ludo that have almost no scales. So it's as varied as a cat or a dog or any other animal really that you could own, that with colour patterns and the changes that they seem to go through as they grow. So they could appear randomly at any time. Ludo didn't have them as a youngster, they've developed over time. He's really trying to get the job done, but she's just not really that interested. So if it doesn't get the job done in a minute, I will just call it a day. Stop boring you all. I doubt anybody else gets quite as excited about Snake Nookie as I do. Well, maybe you do, in which case, seek some professional help. And they're off again. Well, it's not for want of trying. Ludo is definitely trying his best here. And she's just not putting out